So are Barcelona in turmoil? Will Lionel Messi be leaving? Is Luis Enrique going crazy? These are all questions that are surrounding the world right now with Barcelona, one of the world's biggest teams in the headlines. So a great article, or many great articles, I've got millions here, I'm trying to throw them all out. But Sky Sports, Julian Balague, who is actually one of the best correspondents for La Liga, I take a lot of his points very serious. He came out and said that Lionel Messi is never closer to leaving Barcelona, but it will still not happen because it takes the value of a small country to buy him out of his contract. So apparently right now, 690 million euros is a buyout clause to get Lionel Messi out of his contract. He's contracted until 2018. Manchester City is probably pocket change to them, but that doesn't mean he's going to be able to go with his loyalty to the club. So a little background about what's going on with Messi. He missed an open training session, and it didn't exactly please Luis Enrique along with Neymar and Alves. He was left on the bench to discipline him, and then people blew up. Oh, Luis Enrique's nuts for leaving him on the bench. Like, I need to remind people that Alex Ferguson once hit David Beckham in the face with a shoe because of his performance. Like, when you're that good when you're a manager and managing these star players, you have to have the focus. You have to be out there and make sure that they know who's boss. And that is what Luis Enrique's doing at the moment. Obviously, he's coming under a little bit of scrutiny because just around the same time, they happen to lose to Real Sociedad. Of course, that's going to be a problem when it comes around. And then obviously, with the presidential election being held 1 year early and Zubizarreta being sacked as the director of football, those things that are all up in the air for Barcelona, and people are starting to panic because they are such a pristine club, and Real Madrid, well, they were flying so high with their 22-game unbeaten streak. It couldn't have came at a worse time, if you know what I mean, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. So what Balague's come out and said, or Balagi, how you want to say it, just came out like the whole footballing world knows that Barca don't want to sell Messi. For me, he's the best player in the world, and basically now they feel they are weak. They are going to have elections in the summer, and they are not in a position to sell him. Imagine if they tried to sell him now. By the time they get to the elections, they will kill them. That's true. Like, if you sell Lionel Messi, it's never going to go down well selling Lionel Messi at any time. But in this moment of turmoil, it's never going to happen. I don't believe that Lionel Messi wants to leave. I think that it's just people like hearsay, just talking around it. And I like to hear it. I mean, it would be mouth-watering if Lionel Messi was to come to the Premier League. I would love to see it. That's an argument that can go on for days about who's better at Ronaldo and Messi. And one argument I always make for Ronaldo being good, I don't say he's better here, but being up there is because he's done it in both leagues. He's done it in both of the most prestigious leagues in the world. But we can go into both of them. I don't think Barcelona fans should panic at the moment. We want to know your views, though, so make sure to comment in the section below if you're a Barcelona fan what's going on. But then an article come out for Deadspin, and let me read the headline. Barcelona are a complete disaster. Barcelona are a complete disaster. Okay, Barcelona are a complete disaster. They are still in all competitions. They are in nowhere near selling their best player. No one's going to fork out that amount of money. They are... I don't understand. Like, they lost to Real Sociedad. Yeah, they have a front pairing, or a front three, should I say, of Neymar, Suarez, and Messi. And then they back it up by trying to say that their midfield three is not the same as what it was with Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets. Well, no shit, because they're all starting to get older. You can't continue to play the exact same way that you had with a team that was successful. You think Mourinho's going to go out and buy an exact replica of Makelele, the way he played in defensive midfield? No, he brought in a guy like Matic, who has his strengths and weaknesses, and Fabregas, and that you need to adjust to players getting older. So I could go on all day about this, but we have our new intern, Joaquin Reyes, who's come in here, soccer enthusiast. He's got his own podcast called The Morning Pint. Make sure to check that out. So Joaquin, what did you think of this article, the Deadspin article that came out?
I think it was overblown a bit. You know, you have a Barcelona team that's still clicking in most times. You know, the midfield still plays well. It's true that a guy like Xavi has to be kind of cycled out, and they're phasing him out slowly. Yeah. You know, he's not starting every match the way he was before. He's, you know, has a bit more of a bit part role, and Rakitic has come in. You're going to have to see a transition, and it's going to be really tough right now. I mean, I think the biggest hindrance to Barcelona's success right now is that, you know, they have this one-year transfer ban.
Yeah.
No one can come in this next summer.
Yeah.
You know, they need a defender. Bartra's going to have to come through. They signed Thomas Vermaelen from Arsenal. It's hilarious. He's out for the entire season. Hasn't played at all. Another great signing by.
He'd be well signing Jason Rubin than Thomas Vermaelen.
And yeah, exactly. Any of us could have done just as good of a job as Thomas Vermaelen.
Yeah.
So with all that said, they're going to have to find you know, the reinforcements from within to make it happen.
So and it's a good point to be said. I mean, it's hard to look back at that era with obviously Xavi, Busquets, and Iniesta. Like, they complemented each other so well. Still think Iniesta's got a great amount to give, and Xavi as well, even though he is on his way out. But it's to try and say that you need to continually like replace the people that are going out. What happens when Messi gets a little bit older? You're just going to develop the new Messi. Like, you have different players who play different positions and work well in different areas of the field. Like, Real Madrid found a good balance before they're a little upset right now with guys like Toni Kroos playing alongside Modric in midfield. Like, Toni Kroos, even Guardiola said he can't defend well, and you've Modric who's not that good of a defender either, but they found a balance. They find a way to work together. So to say that just because they're not the exact same as Xavi, Busquets, and Iniesta was in their day, that they're not going to find a balance in there. It takes a little bit more time, maybe more than people at Barcelona want to wait for it because of all the success in the past. But I wouldn't be saying that that Barcelona is a complete disaster at the moment. Obviously, issues that are going on within are not helping it with the presidential elections coming a little bit earlier. But the politics shouldn't affect the football as much as it has done. Barcelona will pick themselves back up. They do, I agree, need to try and figure out their back four. You need to have two very strong centre-backs when you have such attacking full-backs like Alba on the left and Dani Alves on the right. So that they have to figure something out there. But to say that it's a complete disaster at the moment is kind of ridiculous. But we want to know what you guys think. Most importantly, we love our fans out there. We love your guys' perspective. Make sure to leave your comments in the section below. If your comment's absolutely out of this world or it's just a really good one, no matter what, we're going to read it back to you. We want to know what you guys think and we'll give you feedback. Keep this back and forth going. What will happen in the transfer window for Lionel Messi? Nothing. But thanks again for watching.